So the sixth installment for the VHS franchise is upon us, a Shudder original.
Yep.
And they've done the last two, right? They did.
I think so.
Just, was it 99 and 94 or just 99? I can't remember, but
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, they're cranking these out quicker.
Yes.
I don't know if that's going to cut down on the quality or not, but I've always had a good time with this franchise. There's some duds in, the segments sometimes here and there, but overall, I almost always have a good time with the films.
Me too.
Viral being the worst of the 5 currently, but I still have some fun with that one. So here we go. VHS 1985. We're going backwards. We were forwards, now we're backwards. I don't know where we're going to end up next time, but I'm looking forward to this because of the directors. But let's check this out and go.
So, how about you just tell us where you got these videotapes from?
Sick mullet.
Tell us what they are.
We bought a video recorder. And that's when I had.
Was that James Ramsbone or whatever?
I don't know. Why does that kid have no face?
What's that noise? What? Is that Michael Jackson?
Fingers?
Want to tell me what's on this?
That's how I flirt.
Yep.
Beta.
Yes.
What? That ain't VHS.
Oh God exists. Does he require summoning?
Wow. Scream, Hellraiser, the Black Phone.
Yeah. Scott Derrickson's coming.
What?
It's weird that David Bruckner's, like, The Ritual or something wasn't included in that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. So...
when,
from directors David Bruckner, Scott Derrickson, Gigi Salgado, Mike T. Nelson.
So soon. Oh my God. It's almost October.
It's the 6th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 6th.
Oh, super close. 2 weeks?
Super close, yeah.
Ish.
The 6th.
Wow. That is a very fast-moving, very confusing trailer.
Yeah.
It's so chaotic.
Yeah.
So frantic, which I think is like the intention of it, I suppose.
I do think it's
but I couldn't tell you what absolutely any segment is going to be about from that trailer.
The only thing I can tell you is that I'm assuming that the wraparound is the woman who's in the police station being interviewed or interrogated. So that's like the only thing I could really pick up on.
It said 5 new tapes. Do you think that means 4 segments and a wraparound or 5 segments and a wraparound? Is 5 new tapes like the tapes they're showing?
Yeah.
And she's like not the tape, like if she's being interrogated, it's a she, right?
I thought it was a lady.
Yeah.
I think that there's 4 tapes that she's talking about, and then that wraparound is the 5th tape. I think there'll be 5 stories altogether.
I don't know. It depends. I think it would depend on the length of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really matter how many there are. It just matters on how much time we get to spend with them.
Yeah.
Because if I'm thinking of like Creepshow 1 versus 2, where Creepshow 1 has 5 segments and Creepshow 2 has only 3 segments, and I love both, almost equally. So it doesn't really matter. It's just whether or not you have enough time to flesh them out to tell the story that you want to tell in that short format.
Yeah.
But man, I was really like trying to pay attention, but this is like such a quick cut trailer.
Yes.
Every image, every like scene is on the screen for a second or less.
And not to mention, because it's like VHS, it's all like
really bad
low quality, distorted kind of footage. So it's hard to make out like what exactly is going on. There's just like a lot of blood and like I mean, a couple parts slow down, like when that guy's asking if it's a beta tape, I guess, like those kinds of things. But yeah, as far as the actual segments go, I don't know what they'll be about.
I do kind of find it interesting that so is the tape they're watching, he's asking the camera if it's beta, right?
Yeah.
Or is it like a tape? Because if it's the camera we're watching, that's some false advertising. We're not watching VHS, we're watching beta, right? That would be like them being like, "Oh, is that one of them new DVDs?"
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, so he's asking if the person's recording on a beta.
Yeah.
Or if they're talking about something else.
Right. Like, is that like, the tape, is that beta? And are you recording it, watching VHS? Honestly, I don't care, right? Because, like, for instance, in VHS 2, Adam Wingard's segment is footage through his eyeball.
Right. Yeah.
It's like high-tech eyeball
because
recordings, and it's like they just transfer that over to a VHS tape because that's not getting recorded to a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's like backed up on a VHS tape, basically.
Right.
Yeah. I'm fine with it being recorded on whatever. Like, they could be recording on like an iPhone, in, some future segment, and then it be on a VHS tape as a backup or something, like as an archive.
In the original VHS, he has a pair of like spy glasses.
Oh yeah.
In the amateur night.
Yeah.
Segment with the "I Like You" girl.
Yeah.
So I guess VHS has never stuck to
like. It's not like
it has to be a VHS camcorder.
Right. And especially when we're in the 80s too, like there would have been like the beta tapes and stuff.
Sure.
And so yeah, I think that's all fine. I'm excited for it. Like you said at the beginning, all the VHS films, like I end up enjoying them. I really like found footage, of course, like we love that. And then also anthologies are really cool. So seeing them combined is always exciting. And there's not really any that I'm like super, super down on. But as you said, sometimes there's segments, obviously, that you're higher on than others.
Oh, sure.
So that's normal, though. But that's the fun of watching anthologies for me. Like, it's great if you love every single segment of the anthology, but it's kind of like if I don't like one of the segments, but I really love some of the others, like it doesn't feel like a waste or anything because I'm still getting great stories out of it. And I think it's a really cool way for directors and writers to showcase, like ideas and collaborate.
Sure. And we're getting some really cool names in here for people that would otherwise in the past kind of dismiss something like this because of what they're currently doing, right? Like Scott Derrickson is off doing, bigger things.
Yeah.
He did friggin' Doctor Strange. He and the Black Phone recently and whatever. And he started at like Hellraiser Inferno, so it's always good to see like him and Bruckner and whatever, like who are making bigger films now.
Yeah.
To come back to a smaller franchise like this, work with Shudder, and it's not their it's not their first time working with this. It's cool to see them return, just because I think they're good directors, and I'm just glad they didn't get too big for their britches.
Yeah.
And dismiss this kind of stuff. So as far as the segments go, I can't tell, but there hasn't been a VHS yet that I haven't enjoyed, like at least one segment a good amount. Even in Viral, which I'm not a big fan of, the one with the guy who like goes through his mirror or whatever into the alternate reality of his life, and that one I actually quite like, right? And the skateboarders against the ghouls, I actually like that one fine too. And the magician one has some fine things in it. So I don't hate that one. It's super short. It's like an hour and 10 minutes, so it's a very quick one.
Yeah.
But the last year's one, 99.
Oh yeah, 99 was fantastic.
With the hell like the one from the guys who did Deadstream,
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Winter and them. Their like Trip to Hell one. I don't remember what it was called, but
that one was
awesome.
really cool. Yeah, and then I also actually really like I think it's the opening one with the like zombie rockers.
Oh,
I thought that one was cool. I like the way they looked and everything. And
what about Radama?
yeah, Ratma.
I think is Ratma in 94 or 99?
I don't remember. That's definitely one thing with these.
They start blending.
Yeah, I probably couldn't like accurately tell you what segments are in which. And I definitely like the older VHSs. It's been a little while since I've seen them, so like it would be fun to revisit them because I'm sure that there's some segments that I've just totally forgotten about as well.
Nothing has topped Safe Haven yet.
The alien abduction?
No, Safe Haven, the cult.
Oh, yeah, the cult. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, that's the best director that's worked on these films, Gareth Edwards. Yeah, he's going to be tough to top.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe something in here will be...
I always mix their names up. Gareth Evans and Gareth Edwards.
Oh, I
always forget which one's which. Gareth Evans is the one, I think, that did VHS. Now I'm like backing it confused. There's the Rogue One director and the Raid director, and they have such similar names, and it always screws me up. Whatever. They both make great stuff, and the other one's making The Creator.
Oh, great!
On the 29th.
Movie that's gonna mess me up the most, I'm sure.
But yeah, VHS 85. I am totally down for them to continue this trend.
Yeah.
And make one of these every year.
Oh, me
This
too.
is like what Halloween was trying to accomplish, right? When they made Halloween 3.
Right.
They wanted to make this kind of anthology theme, Halloween theme, thing to release every Halloween. Obviously not like an anthology movie, but an anthology story where every year it was going to be like a different story centered around Halloween. And this is like a different, bunch of different stories centered around old technology or technology and like people recording it found footage style. So I like to have these every year, unless of course that cuts down on the quality, then it's like, do it every couple of years or whatever it is. But looking forward to one of these every year. And with the talent involved, I'm 100% on board. So very exciting. VHS 85. We will be watching and reviewing it in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite VHS segment? What is your favorite VHS movie? And are you looking forward to this one? And did you guys get anything out of the trailer? Because I sure did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't see anything, man. I was like trying to react and like,
it's like,
and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's happening?
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
But last thing I'll say on this is like, this didn't make me any more or any less excited.
No.
This was just kind of like a bunch of images, me going, I don't know what's happening, but I'll still watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Right. So it didn't change any opinion of mine towards it. It made me confused because I was like, what is happening? I guess if I went through it again and tried to like, I don't know, pause it and kind of take some things in and be like, what the hell's happening here? If we did a frame by frame, we could probably come up with some
ideas,
concepts and whatnot. But man, watching it like all like this, it's fast.
It's fast. It's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
So
that's that. Anyways, what did you guys think? Let us know. We'll see you in the review.
Bye.